This is PartyElite with the evening news. Today, I am happy to say, brings a momentous occasion not just for our nation, but the world at large, as the first ever democratic election comes to a conclusion. Members of the Indian National Congress were able to celebrate today as voters had their voices heard and recognized at a scale never before seen. A landslide victory for this political party brings with it the abolition of an outdated system of governance and promises a prosperous future for all. The leader of the INC, a Paschim Nagar native, gave an inspiring speech, ushering in the new era.
Long years ago we made a tryst with destiny, and now the time comes when we shall redeem our pledge, not wholly or in full measure, but very substantially. At the stroke of the midnight hour, when the world sleeps, India will awake to life and freedom. A moment comes, which comes but rarely in history, when we step out from the old to the new. When an age ends, and when the soul of a nation, long suppressed, finds utterance.
Hey everybody, it's PartyElite. Welcome back to our Forging India miniseries in Humankind. As always, I am thoroughly excited to see exactly where our story takes us next, as we have entered the last few chapters in the contemporary era as the Indians. It's 1550 CE. Things have been going rather well for us. We've made quite a name for ourselves as well, I would say, with over 10,000 fame, but we should not rest on our laurels. The Persians are not that far behind us, and just as a reminder, the Zulu decided to transcend into this era, which means they will be gaining fame a little bit more quickly for every era star that they acquire. The Persians might do the same as well, and so that'll mean they'll be able to catch up a fair bit more easily. So, like I said, we should not rest on our laurels. Perhaps instead, we can rest on the progress towards the continuous track, which will grant us the tank relatively soon. I think I said last session that we'll be able to buy a couple, but that was me speaking rather foolishly. As I was reminded in the comments, they are very expensive to produce, so I don't think we'll actually be able to afford any in terms of buying them. So it will take some time for us to actually get some tanks out on the field, but hopefully we'll have at least one or two in time for our inevitable war against the Zulu. Just as a reminder, we've been skirmishing against the Zulu up over here. It's been going all right. We've seen a great degree of success, though it has cost us some lives, right? Time and time again, those winged hussars come through and cause us a great deal of trouble, and we're just trying to pass through and get to Haudenosaunee territory, but I don't think we'll actually make it, considering how often we have to duke it out with the Zulu. But we are not at war, not just quite yet. We've seen some success, which is taking us towards that declaration of war, yes, absolutely. But we're not there just quite yet, though our war with the Haudenosaunee does continue, and it will continue for a few more turns at the very least, as we try to reduce their war support and see what we can get. Ideally, hopefully, we'll be able to get Cahokia and Onondaga, and then we'll just absorb them into Manchester or something, right? Like, we can't hold on to more cities, but I would like to absorb them to Manchester, or maybe make one city out of them. We'll see what numbers are looking like when the time actually comes, but I'm a little concerned that our war support's not going to be high enough at the end of this war to allow us, I mean, either of those. I don't think I don't know. We might be able to get one, maybe, I think what'll end up happening is we'll get, oh, you know what, these are actually just one territory each. Oh no, this one has the second territory down over here. So I might be able to get Cahokia and Onondaga, and I'll have to ransack the administrative center down over here, if I can find it. Right over here? Yeah, okay. We might have to ransack that, and then we'll be able to claim it for ourselves by building an outpost there, though that might not even be necessary, because once we drive the Haudenosaunee out of the Americas, I don't think they'll be coming back, and we'll just have the Zulu to contend with down over here as well, and once we go to war with them, I'm sure we'll be able to clear them out too. All right, fantastic. All right, that's the quick recap. I apologize if it lasted a little bit longer than necessary, but if it did, or if it didn't, and you appreciated it, let me know down below, folks. Again, as always, if you've been enjoying the series, if you would like to see it continue, if you would like to see more Humankind on this channel after the series is done, please don't hesitate to keep letting me know by leaving a like and a comment down below. As always, it makes a very big difference, just letting me know what y'all are interested in watching on the channel, letting me know what I should keep doing, what I should slow down, what I should speed up. Just helps me make decisions. This might have been a bad decision, actually. I think we're a little too far away. We might not have these guys as reinforcements if we get attacked up front over here, but you know what? The decision has been made. Too late now to backtrack, even though it technically isn't. I can pull them back, but you know what? I'm going to stick with it and end this turn. Let's see what the Zulu do. Let's see if they actually attack us over here. I mean, I feel like we've pushed back a significant part of their strength. And when I say push back, I mean eliminated. We've had some pretty large battles over here. And they have more troops, of course. They have more troops, but these have been some pretty significant battles. And by the way, it's been pointed out to me that down over here, I don't think we'll be able to take Cheriton because it's actually this Barbican that's protecting it. It protects neighboring tiles from being ransacked. Good spot, good point. My apologies. I am still going to keep ransacking some of their stuff over here because we can hurt them. This is actually quite clever on their part because you cannot ransack the Barbican, if I'm not mistaken. If we take a quick peek by selecting, let's say, these guys, go back with the ransack option over here, you'll see we can't actually ransack the Barbican. So very cleverly placed. It's going to prevent us from ransacking this unless we, go to war and conquer it by some other means. So yeah, I guess we'll have to leave Cheriton over here under Zulu control, but we can burn down everything that they've built over here, I suppose. Though without it being attached, most of this stuff is pretty useless anyway. It's inactive, if I'm not mistaken. So maybe we'll burn this down to get that 500 gold, and then we'll leave everything else be because they are getting the benefit of the iron mines over here. So we'll burn that down, and then we'll leave and join these armies up over here, I think, to help fight the Zulu, because I think by then war will be here. Can we make our way up to here? Do we want to make our way up to there? It'll help with our war score. We have about 3 turns left in this war, so if we get up to here, we should be able to attack. All right, fair enough. Let's make sure we're moving together, though. Let's bring these guys up as well, because I want to make sure we're as close to each other as possible. So if a battle does trigger, reinforcements are nearby. Let's push up. Let's go. Yeah, exactly. More words out of my mouth. Let's go. Let's go. And keep up. Keep up. Yeah, very, very fitting, actually. Very fitting. So that's a greater distance than I would like. However, oh, this is interesting. Is that... Okay, there's some land over here that we can move through, but we have to make sure our reinforcements arrive because 3 versus 7, I don't care what they're fielding. It could be as old as time itself. 3v7, not good odds, not good odds. And in fact, if I am not mistaken, they're slightly stronger than us. Again, it's a weaker unit, but numbers, right? Significantly outnumbered. So we'll wait until these reinforcements arrive. And then we'll push up and try and eliminate them and move into Mycenae. And hopefully we're able to take a bit more territory and increase that war score by just a little bit more and secure North America for India. Let's take a look at what else we've got going on over here, these settlers. So actually, I got a great suggestion in the comments of the previous episode, which is that we can continue to, and we probably should continue, to produce settlers in the old world to help reduce the population back there because we're suffering from famine, like widespread famine. So we could do that to reduce the population and reduce the need for food, and then instead get those settlers over to the New World and disband them in Manchester to increase the population here. That's a great suggestion. I think it's a solid idea, and if we find places that are, and I'm sure we will, if we find places that are looking like they're going to start starving, I think I'll very much do that. It doesn't take that long to recruit new settlers. It doesn't have to be settlers. It can be any unit that'll recruit faster as long as it's a land-based unit. But I do think the settlers would likely be the fastest and the cheapest as well as far as upkeep is concerned. So we'll get a couple of them, we'll move them over and bolster the population in the New World if necessary. Again, great suggestion, so thank you very much for it. Like I say, folks, I do read all the comments. So if you have any suggestions, thoughts, opinions, feelings, whatever it might be, let me know down below, and I will make sure to keep it top of mind and try to implement what I can when I can. For example, it keeps slipping my mind, and I do apologize for that. I did say I was going to do it when we transitioned into the Indians for the contemporary era, and that time came last session, but I wanted to do it at the beginning of this session, and then it slipped my mind. So let's do it right now. Calcutta is now Kolkata, and Bombay is now Mumbai. There you go. And those transitions, make sense. They're the real world transitions from the old to the new names. We don't have anything down south over here. Mohenjo-daro is kind of just staying as Mohenjo-daro. I got quite a few suggestions for what we could name this. Srinagar makes sense because of its location, like as far as like, I believe this is like right in the heart of Kashmir. I think, yeah, looks about right. I think it's. Is it too far north? No, that looks about right. But anyway, so I've got a couple of name suggestions, but I just want to make sure that the name suggestions we implement fit the story of like linguistic drift and stuff like that. And I feel like going from Mohenjo-daro to Srinagar, unless we can find like a justifiable reason for the transition, I'm going to keep looking for other suggestions and look for other ideas myself. And the same thing applies to, Nineveh, Asher. Manchester and London can stay as they are. They're a part of our recent history, so I guess that's fine. But yeah, if you have suggestions, feel free to drop them. But just give me an idea as to like, why you think that suggestion makes sense, and we'll try and implement it into our story, as I've done with like Bannerlord in the past and Total War in the past and stuff as well. But keep it all coming, folks, as I hit that end turn button and host the first ever symposium in the world at Kolkata. There's no like special animation or anything, but still a momentous occasion. Continuous track has been researched. Excellent.
A rigorous application of the scientific method. Come up with a theory, then try to poke holes in it.
And we can celebrate the completion of the world's first symposium. I mean, I guess you could say this is a, more than just a momentous occasion. It is a world deed, but if you were expecting an animation or anything, no, there is none. I just wanted to zoom in to see it happen up close. Now, at Kolkata, we are seeing, we're actually seeing some trouble with food, but we just finished researching the continuous track. We're going to get a medium tank out over here. 7 turns it'll take, though. Jeez, all right, fine. Maybe we do need a settler that we can ship over to the New World, right? Help fight all the famine. +5 food isn't going to make the difference that we need it to make. Let's go ahead and get our settler in 1 turn, and then in 7 turns, we'll go ahead and get that medium tank. Industry is at 1,000+ with just 7 pops dedicated to industry. Can I do something? I can get the charcoal kiln. I can get the artisan workshop. Like, these aren't bad ideas to just help accelerate everything else. I could actually invest in these settlers' homes. This tank will cost you half 40k. Like I said, I was maybe a little too eager in suggesting we'd be able to afford them soon. But why don't we go ahead and pay for the settler over here? Because it's a turn away, that's why. Because it would be foolish to do that, because I won't be able to move it this turn anyway. But we'll pay for the artisan workshop. 4,000, that's not that much. Pay for that. That's a marginal increase. Let's go ahead and pay for you as well. Oh man, it actually feels completely pointless. It's so minimal. All right, let's leave it at that. Let's leave it at that. Maybe I could have spent that money on something far more valuable. Oh no, these guys will have to retreat unless I can push in. I absolutely can. I cannot recall if the dragoons are able to upgrade to medium tanks. I know they were talking about reworking some of the upgrade trees or upgrade chains or whatever you want to call them, and I'm not sure if that's one that they've actually implemented just quite yet. Let's go ahead and move our idle armies first. We'll get into that battle, don't worry, we'll get into that battle. But I just want to make sure all the other housekeeping is taken care of. I don't know which army I'm ordering to complete its movements, so I don't want to click that button just quite yet. You guys hang tight over here. You guys, how much will it cost again? 3,500 influence. Almost able to afford it. Next turn we'll be able to afford it. We're doing all right for influence, all things considered. We have made a marked improvement in our influence situation, I would say, with some of those absorptions. We have an idle city. That's London. What to do with you, London? What to do with you? Oh, we have a food situation over here as well. Though I feel like, 20 turns. Okay, that's a bit much. We could get another settler over here. And shift them over. 4 turns it'll take. It's like the exact number of turns. 59 turns to get an anti-tank gun or a medium tank. Yikes. Yikes. Big yikes. All right, let's go ahead with the settler over here. It's significantly faster. And we'll move them to the New World. Again, it's a great suggestion. I just have to make sure that we don't overburden Manchester either, right? We want to make sure that we have a bit more food over here than we're producing right now. Let's go ahead and take a look at the farmers' quarters. There's a good spot over here. We'll establish this right after the police force is done. Though, do we have... we can get the grain silos. +2 food per farmer. We can actually get more farmers over here as well. The population growth will help, actually. When we bring those settlers in and disband them over here, the pop growth will help increase the food production because we have more slots, which will in turn will help produce more pops. I think it'll work out quite nicely. I do think it'll work out quite nicely. What else do we have? These guys... The reason why I'm not pulling these guys back to disband them is because that's only half the story, right? That's only half the point. The other point, part of the story, the other half is we're trying to save these people from famine. Oh, hello. Trying to get sneaky down over here, aren't you? What are you guys up to? Oh, look at that, look at that. I'm a little concerned about some of this movement. Can we attach? We can. Caos Borealis. Probably not a bad idea. 1300 influence. Yeah, probably not a bad idea. Let's go ahead and do that. Before these guys come up over here and ransack it, you know, secure that that coal for ourselves. Anything we can build over here? Oh, you know, actually we can build a harbor. A good bit of food. Why don't we put it up over... Nah, there's no point up there. I was thinking maybe we could, you know, easily transition up to that territory, but that's too high up. We can't actually do that. So why don't we go ahead and pop you down over here, I think. Sure. Closer to the city, I think it feels a bit more natural. That's a little bit of influence spent. Let's go ahead and attach you now to Sipar. Done. Now they won't be able to ransack it without... They won't be able to enter that land even without declaring a full-fledged war. Go ahead and deal with our tech next. Furnace steel. We don't have furnace steel. We have tanks out there. Okay, hang on. Let's take a quick peek over here, folks. Bear with me as I just make sure that we have some of our bases covered. Don't worry. We're moving towards aircraft and stuff. I just want to see what we're missing over here. So furnace steel. Jeez. Plus 25 experience on creating units per iron. Plus 1 veterancy level for militia units. I mean, ignore the veterancy level for militia units. Getting plus 25 experience per iron is huge, and we've just been kind of ignoring that. High furnace is also extra industry. Without guilds, we haven't been able to put down any forests and counteract pollution. No commodity market, no saboteurs, no trade insurance. It's kind of funny, all the stuff we've skipped out on. We don't have naval artillery. Somehow we're making tanks. We don't have naval artillery. That's kind of funny. And there's that +1 slot as well. No patronage. There's the inventor's workshop, which we could have used for sure. The playhouse helps with influence, and of course there's the luxury manufactory, which we've completely ignored. Mercantilism would give us trade fairs and the manufactory. And there's the encyclopedia for the academy, which could have been quite valuable. It can still be quite valuable. That +2 and +4 science isn't nothing. Labor charter prevents population from being consumed in order to complete constructions instantly. Interesting. And then there's the precedence, reduces the influence cost of civics, which is I mean, we haven't been doing much of that, but that's because we haven't been able to afford it. Nationhood, we've walked right past. We haven't had conscripts, which, you know, they'd be helpful if we ever do get attacked. There's the customs agency. There is the conscription center over here, +1 veterancy level for militia units. That's all. And then there's the natural reserve as well. Actually, you know, that's not bad. The -3 pollution. It's tempting because I don't want the game to end because the Earth is no longer, you know, habitable. And then mechanization, and now we're entering kind of more the more modern eras, right? No guerrilla warfare, underground resistance, and warfare scavenging. No soil preparation, no pasteurization, no mass vaccination, no hospitals. I mean, geez, it's kind of funny the kinds of things we've skipped past. Either way, so that's the continuous track done over here. Next up is composite armor. Or composite armor, depending on how you want to pronounce that, which gives us APCs and the main battle tank. That leads to what? That leads to the exosuit, giving +8 combat strength and +4 land movement speed. Absolutely wild. And of course, the superhero cameo fame gain over there as well. Fighter jets, though, I think is what we want to move towards next, right? Unfortunately, our peacekeepers are down over here under insurrection theory, which is quite a ways away, because we need for that trench warfare and amphibious warfare, and only then can we get insurrection theory. To actually get uranium, we need uranium enrichment, which we need the research institute for. Fair enough, fair enough. And then to get aerial warfare, though, to actually get us to the oh man, fighter jets are a long way away, eh? They're a long way away, because we got to get aeronautics, aerial warfare, radar, and only then can we get fighter jets. Damn. Well, I mean, I said we were going to go for it, so why don't we go ahead and at least get started. Oh, I want the missile computer. Man, there's so much cool stuff, and it's like, I just feel like we're not going to be able to see it all, despite us, I guess we didn't make a beeline necessarily, but as close as you reasonably could. We'll go ahead and queue everything up until fighter jets, but folks, if you feel like we could maybe instead investigate, I don't know, the landing craft, or maybe we should take a look at I don't know, the financial district, or wait, hold on, did that just say? Yeah, it does increase pollution. That's pretty funny. Or if we should instead take a look at I don't know, the missile cruiser. Let me know how you guys feel, and we can definitely adjust our course, but for now we'll go ahead and chase fighter jets. 6 turns until aerial warfare is done first, though, and that'll at least introduce a new element to the battlefield. Idle army over here, not sure who needs to complete their movements. Let's go ahead and get this idle army in here. We're not going to retreat, we're going to fight. We're going to win this battle against the Haudenosaunee and use that to eliminate their war support, I suppose. We'll see how this plays out. We'll see how this plays out. Let's go. I mean, the battle will be heavily in our favor with the reinforcements having arrived. But again, they get to move first, though. So as long as we can provide a solid front, they'll have the high ground if they're up over there. They have to be adjacent to us to attack us, the Hunnic Horde. So we'll probably have to lay out over here. The river is unfortunate, but we'll have to, I think, accept it. Put you up over there. Yeah, so they'll be able to attack and move and keep attacking. We'll have our reinforcements roll up afterwards. They should be able to come up over here, get the high ground, and fire from up there. I do not want to give up the flag. Though, you know, No, I won't be able to get far enough back. They'll take the flag and also still attack us. So we might as well hold this high ground or level ground if they come up over here, right? That's our deployment done. See what they do. See how we can turn it around. Mexicans! Oh, what do you know? They've actually entered the new era. As the Mexicans. Fair enough, fair enough, fair enough, fair enough. I was wondering if they would... Wow. I've been bamboozled. I was wondering if they would... what's it called? Transcend, but no, they've decided to pick a new culture. We'll take a look at it in just a moment's time. But we're doing okay over here. These Hunnic hordes barely cause any damage. I think I was a little bit more worried than I needed to be. But hey, our reinforcements weren't going to be able to move much farther anyway, so I'm perfectly fine with pulling them in and using them to support over here. Taking a touch of damage. It's not the end of the world, though. Again, it's the numbers game, though, right? Like, just like the fact that we've lost about, I would say, maybe 10% of our health over here, it's still worrying. Still not a fan of that, obviously. And more now we're in the yellow, you know, like, it's not ideal. But once the guns come out, I think we'll be more than okay. Like, look at that, wiping them out in one shot. Good stuff, good stuff. Let's make sure we don't forget our reinforcements, though, right? Go ahead and deploy one unit. Pull you up to here, I suppose. Fire at these guys. We can get up higher. Alright, let's go ahead and fire at you first. Eliminate this. Down you go. Can we bring these guys up over here? We cannot. Oh, that's unfortunate. They wanted to fire at these guys. Well, we can fire with these guys up over here, so let's move up to here. Fire away. That's pretty brutal, just seeing them all get taken down like that. Can I move? Let's see, if I pull you back to here, pull you up to there, I want to make sure I eliminate everybody, right? Fire over here. Fire over here. Let's go. There it is. Beautiful. I was like, wait for it. Wait for it. Glorious. Is that our victory? No, because they have these guys up over here. All right, fair enough, fair enough. Can we get you? Can we get you? Hello? I didn't fire from over there, did I? I guess I must have. All right, fair enough. Well, these guys have to make their way over, unless I'm able to take to the water, make landfall there. I don't think I will be able to. I can make landfall up over there. Well, we'll see how they want to play this. Go ahead and move you up to here. They might come back, or we might need to send our guns up to fire across the water. I don't think we'll be able to. End the round here, though. Let's see what they do. Come on, come at me. Come at me. Oh, hello. There's actually another unit up over here. Fair enough. We'll be fine. I'm not concerned. Just a little surprised that this even exists. I guess I should have done this to check what they're actually holding. Units are awaiting my orders. All right, fair enough. Let's go ahead and... Yeah, we can fire across the water over here. Can we fire across the water over here? Yes, we can. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Amazing. That's a huge body of water to fire across. Good stuff. I love the ending of the battle music. All right, that's a solid victory. I mean, I could... Oh, are you kidding me? Oh, looks like I can, in fact, yes, assault the city. But our reinforcements are just a little too far away, and I'm a little concerned. I'm a little concerned that we'll lose a unit of dragoons if we were to engage in this battle. And I know that sounds like nothing, but you know, we keep losing these units, and when the Zulu come for us, we'll be in trouble. I imagine next turn the war will be done. Yeah, next turn war will be done. So we should be able to. We should still be able to take Maikini with these guys coming in as support and help our war support. We'll still have to be careful about the Dragoons, but if we deploy appropriately, we might be able to keep them alive. I can't pull back. Actually, if I pull back to heal, I won't be able to go back up front. 6 movement points. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, no. They'll end up back over here, and that's not close enough to participate in the battle. Oh, it is. But these guys aren't close enough to actually get all the way up there to engage, to start the battle next turn. So we'll have to keep these guys over here, and hopefully they'll be okay. All right, fair enough. Let's go ahead and take a quick look at the Mexicans. Can I actually see... Can I not see what they get? I can't, because I can't remember for the life of me. I know they have some interesting units, but I can't remember how to check the options. Well, that's okay. We'll maybe take a look at it some other time, or I'll take some notes and I'll regale them to you at some point. You guys are going to hang tight up over here. I'm not going to push them any further. We don't need to. I mean, yeah, we don't need to. We'll stay put over there. End our turn. See what comes for us. Close to victory, of course, means victory is ours. We can push you up to here. Yeah, looks like it. All right, so let's go ahead and move you up to here. Move you up to here. We can start this. We will have our reinforcements. Just a little worried about losing a unit of Dragoons. All right, you know what? I can't remember for the life of me now, because this is something that's really funky about this game, is like, I can't remember if war support still won't change because the war is already done. War score, rather, I should say, it still won't change, because I know pre-release at least, that's how it was, where once the war is done, it's done, and you can't add any more numbers to it. Alright, let's take a look at the situation here. Can we get Cahokia and Onondaga? We can. We won't be able to get Gloas, but that's okay, because we talked about burning it down, right? We talked about burning it down. So maybe we leave this be, because I don't want to lose another unit of Dragoons if I don't have to. And let me just check real quick over here. These Dragoons cannot upgrade. Can I see what their next upgrade is? No, it won't tell me, right? I feel like they'll upgrade to some sort of tank eventually at some point. But let's see. If we take these two... I shouldn't have moved this far down south. I should have stayed in a position to actually burn that down as soon as possible. We can move this 2-stack up to do exactly that. It'll take them 4 turns to get up there. Maybe that's enough. We'll find out. Send the 4-stack down over here to deal with whatever the city is. And I guess, yeah, we'll take these two and call it a day there. We'll absorb them maybe into Manchester. Or we'll raise them, right? We might come up over here and burn everything down and then just attach outposts to Manchester instead, which might be the way we have to go. What's going on over here? Suspicious. They want Salamar. I assume that's new. Come on, get out of here. You're never going to get that. Just declare your war. Goths of the medieval era, go on. Go on and declare your war. Take it from me if you want it. The Mexicans, war resolution. Go ahead and give us Cahokia, give us Onondaga. I really just needed another 20 war score. Another 20 war score to get Gloas as well, right? Just trying to figure out if we want to fight this battle. Nah, perhaps not. All right, fine. Cahokia, Onondaga, there's nothing else we can get, just the money from war reparations. That's all good. You can hold on to Kerma, Knossos, and Maikini. Fair enough. Force their surrender. Let's end this war. End this fighting.
You are a rare gem.
I love that line. It's so horribly cruel. All right, needless aggression up over here on my part. Shouldn't have done that, but hey, he's crying over spilt milk, I suppose. And all the way over here, we are well over our limit. You can see just how much that's affecting our influence gain. But like I said, we're going to go ahead and do a little bit of absorbing over here. Manchester can take you in for 43k. Well, that's not happening anytime soon. So yes, we'll have to bring these guys up and burn all this down. They better not convert Gloss into a city before I can get here. But they might, and I'll have to accept that as a possibility. Hang tight over here. Go ahead and hang tight over here because we did spend some influence last turn. You guys hang tight as well. We've got these settlers over here from Kolkata. Yeah, okay, at least we have some food now for some time. Let's go ahead and get that medium tank coming. Let's move you as quickly as possible over to Manchester. It'll take how long? 15 turns? Are you for real? So you're going to take the train up to there, and then you're going to walk across Garama and Alaska and all that to get over to here. Really? That's faster than taking the water. I guess so. You know what I could try and do? I could try and bring our... where'd he go? Where's our ship? Where is our ship, actually? We didn't lose him, did we? Where are you, buddy? Up over here. Right, he's making his way over to there. Okay, so why don't we pull you back to here? Where is... You're right here already, so why don't we pull you up to here? 3 turns it'll take. Well, 2 turns it'll take. And let's get our settlers up to there as well. And see if we can't use this to speed us along. Take us some time to get up there, but... somewhat aligned in terms of timing. And we have another set of settlers somewhere as well, if I'm not mistaken. But Onondaga, what to do with you? What to do with you? Let's go ahead and build the oil well, because we'll need that eventually, even if it's you know, a city or an outpost. We'll need that eventually, so let's do that. And Cahokia, let's go ahead and establish what with you? Jeez, maybe a theater. And we'll see if we can hold on to the influence gain or counteract the influence, the reduced influence gain or something. I don't know. We'll see. We'll have to burn these down. There's, I think, no two ways about that. All right, good stuff. That's this turn done. Looking all right, looking all right. Lots of new grievances, it looks like. I can ask for reparations against whom?
Hail, sovereign.
Zulu attacked me. Oh, not recently. Those are the prior attacks. Oppressing the faithful. There's a lot we can do over here. Actually, I already have 2 demands. They've got 3. I mean, look, we don't need more grievances or demands or anything like that. I don't want to add more demands for the sake of adding more demands, because it will there'll be stuff that we have to ask for right when the war is won. Not if, but when. Not if, but when. I could ask them to give us territory like this, because that would make it cheaper. So I could ask for Rigel like this. We're already asking for Ulundi. I could ask for Rigel. I could ask for Atafera as well. I think they're oppressing our faithful there. Could maybe ask for Memphis. What do they have down over here? Marble and copper. All right, well, let's see. Where are the Zulu? Go ahead and... Which one was it? This one. Demand, give Regal, however it's said. Let's make that demand.
Simple. Yes?
Because I wouldn't mind getting that for a cheaper cost when the war is done, right? What else do we have? El Ghaffar. Does that not belong to us? No, right, because they came behind us and took it, right? So we could propose that, because there's not a chance that we're going to vassalize them at the end of the next war, right? Let's be real. So sure, let's go ahead and make this demand as well.
My demand for reparations.
What else do we have?
Think
Cheriton? Sure, that's one way to get it.
reparations was justified. Think carefully.
What is this? This is all territory back over here. I mean, I wouldn't mind being able to get this all for a significantly cheaper sum, right? It's actually a good opportunity to use faith and considering or sort of faith leanings. I suppose it's not a bad idea, right? Like with the ashram and stuff like that. Go ahead and demand this as well.
Transgressions anger me.
And sure, you know, let's demand this too. Let's go for it. Go big or go home, right? Because again, we know we're not going to be able to vassalize them, so we might as well take what we can. And I'm curious what actually happens if we make so many demands that we overwhelm the actual cost of victory. I guess we might find out here. More might be made there. We can ignore some of these maybe. Nah, you know, let's go for it. Let's stack them. Stack them all. Again, right? Like, why not at this point in time? Because we're well above the baseline over here. We're well above the bare minimum. So might as well go all the way. Pull you back to here so you can heal up. I don't know if I have to invest in that. I don't think I have to pay for it. Let these guys come back and heal up, and then in a couple of turns we'll be ready for war, and we'll go for it, I guess. So much for peace and prosperity, right? 5 turns, unfortunately, until the medium tank is done. I do wonder... No, I was going to say, like, I wonder if I can't establish, like, a garrison or something up over here to recruit a bit closer, but I don't think that's really worth it. I mean, I want to make sure that I recruit in Kolkata itself. I don't want to recruit down here just to add the extra movement. Got the train station over here, right? 5 turns it'll take still. What do we have here? The Walking Wounded. Have we not already got this in a prior era? Maybe I'm mistaken here. Wars, many successfully fought, have been part and parcel of this empire's recent history. Yet those same wars have traumatized many of your soldiers, both physically and mentally. Everything from shell shock to losing limbs has ailed these brave men and women. They hide in the shadows, almost ashamed. Now, some have begun to highlight their plight. Your lead will be vital. How should you treat these soldiers upon their return? The timing of this works quite nicely as well. I mean, it was after the Great War that we first truly started to understand... well, shell shock, I believe, is what we called it first, right? And then that shell shock evolved into what we now know as PTSD. But I think it was only after the Great War in real-world history that we started to really understand trauma and the effect of traumatic experiences. So I suppose it's fitting that after our war against the Zulu, which became a war against the Zulu and the Haudenosaunee, which then stayed as a war against the Haudenosaunee, it's kind of fitting that after that we start to kind of have those conversations in-game as well. Let's go ahead and take a look at our options here. Honor. Celebrate these men and women as heroes, even if it costs. That's an option. Celebrating for 10 turns. Ignore. War is ugly, yet necessary. Our goals must not be derailed or rehabilitate. With enough research sites across the Empire, we can give these soldiers new lives and learn more too. I think rehabilitate makes sense. If memory serves me right, then last session we chose the progress inclined option as far as accessibility is concerned, and this is, I think, an extension of that in some ways. So I think rehabilitation makes sense. I think, again, based on our kind of recent progress focused angle and stuff like that, rehabilitation makes the most sense as well. Yeah, I mean, previously, when we got this in the medieval era or something, the question came up, and many people brought up some very interesting war memorials and stuff that are located in, I guess, modern-day India. There's a really cool one, actually, right underneath, I think it's called India Gate, right? Where it's the rifle with the helmet on top of it. Quite like the aesthetic of it. But that's something I think that that applies across the board, unless I'm horribly mistaken, and I would love to be informed otherwise if there are countries out there that actively do not memorialize those who were lost in war. And it might be a thing, and I'm just not aware of it. So if you do know of an example, then please do share, and I'd love to know. But in our current era, the way we've been behaving lately, I think rehabilitation makes the most sense. Gives us learning on 12 cities for 10 turns, which should be quite helpful, actually. That's a lot of extra science. We'll see what it does for our aeronautics and our fighter jets that'll hopefully be coming soon. With enough research sites across the Empire, we can give these soldiers new lives and learn more too. That's like the most marginal increase in in research there that like barely had an effect. But that's the thing about having extra cities, actually. Having more cities does help with those benefits, right? Because it was a plus 15 or whatever it was science for 12 cities. If we had 13 cities, that's an extra plus 15, which isn't all that much in the grand scheme of things, but that's how having more cities can be helpful, even if they are costing you a fair bit of influence. Look at the movement on those tracks. Look at the distance these settlers are able to travel in one turn. It blows my mind. And once we actually get airports and stuff, they can move even further. And I wonder how soon I can invest in airports, actually. Yeah, I wonder how urgently I want to get airports going. Nineveh, what to do with you? Let's go ahead and get some ashrams going. I think it makes sense, again, to get some more influence happening and maybe even get some more faith, though faith is really not all that important at this stage of the game, I would say. Plus 10 influence up over there. I feel like that's the right call. Yeah, I really wish the highlighted spots would focus on influence rather than faith. Again, at this stage of the game. Let's go ahead and put this one down up over here for that plus 10. And again, it's our unique building, so I want to make sure we get at least a couple of those out, right? Keep bringing these guys down over here, up over here. Gloss is still not a city. Excellent. Down over here, hang tight. You guys hang tight as well. Still can't afford it. Alright, we got some idle cities as well. Pastimnagar, what to do with you? How long before we can afford the next wonder? I wouldn't mind getting the Empire State Building. The Statue of Liberty has been taken by the Persians. I was like, where's the Statue of Liberty? I would have liked the Statue of Liberty. I was hoping to get Toronto established and then expand down to where New York is and try and put the Statue of Liberty roughly where it actually is in the real world. But the Persians took it from us, so fair enough. We do have potential access to the Empire State Building or the Sydney Opera House, of course. Either of those kind of makes sense since we've got down to Australia and over to the US region as well. But we of course don't have enough influence to do it, and I don't think we'll actually get there. Truth be told, I don't think we'll ever actually get there, so it's a bit of a shame, but hey, that's life for you. Pastimnagar food is looking all right. We could try to get ahead of it, or we could get some ashrams established and try and help our influence gain instead. What about tanks? How long will tanks take to make over here? From ashram to tank, there's a conversation worth having. It's a lot of turns. 16 turns is a lot of turns. Why don't we instead go ahead and get a feast happening, and then because why not? That's my answer there. Why not? We'll get the manuscript atelier and the alchemist workshop as well. A bit of a science focus, and then maybe we'll turn our attention to some of the other options we have available. 9 turns for those. Maybe we'll get another ashram going as well. I keep trying real hard to break the old habit of saying ashram. It's tough, but I'll get there. It's like unlearning and relearning. It can always be a little challenging, right? I'm trying though. Up over here, it'll take a turn to get the oil. It'll add some food as well, which can't really complain about that. So why don't we? I guess go after that. Plus 13 food, plus 17, plus 18. You know what? Sure. 2 birds with 1 stone in a sort of way. Let's get the oil from here. And at Mohenjo-daro, another ashram perhaps. We got this one established over here. It just looks like... Wait, no, hold on. I thought we... Oh, there it is. I was like, it just looks like the Jama Masjid. That's because it is. There's the ashram. Oh, it's kind of nice having these right next to each other. Very, very emblematic, I would say, of our approach in this playthrough. More influence to be gained up over there. It's all plus 8, say. What about money generation? Because I do know we have our decent source of earning up over here. Why don't we go ahead and do that? Why don't we go ahead and establish you up over here? Change things up a little bit, right? And then up over here at Sipar. Keep forgetting I should check on infrastructure. I'm sure there's some options down over here that we could use. We don't have any schools because we don't have any research quarters over here. It's still wild to me. Looking okay. Yeah, we might want to get something for food soon though, like some fertilizer plant or something. By the way, that's this turn done. How are these guys looking? Yeah, next turn they'll be basically at full health. We're all right. War with the Zulu is coming though. Ho 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 ho! That exclamation mark, man.
Do not waste my time.
Very close to being at full war support. We can declare a war right now because you just have to be over 80 if memory serves me right. Or no, sorry, over 90. I keep forgetting it's either 80 or 90. But let's wait until we're at 100, right? That's a lot of demand stacked up on their side too. Ours outnumbers theirs literally 2 to 1. And I think if we have a quick victory over here, we'll be fine. We'll take Ulundi very quickly, I think. We'll be going deep into Europe to find their next city. There's Memphis, Ulundi and Memphis, and then deep into Europe to find their next city. Down over here, 2 turns until we're done here. Maybe we'll wait until this is done so we have the Dragoons joining up over here, the Dragoon and the Gujnal. Though, hold on, this tank will take how long? 4 turns. I can afford it. I'm not going to spend that money right now because 20k would drain our bank account. We'll wait, but we might just pay for it rather than wait those 4 turns because I don't know if I'm patient enough for that. To be honest with you, I don't know if I'm patient enough for that. These guys are coming on up to here. We'll see if we can't... Like, I'm not sure if this will actually make a difference here. Can you really not get on there from the train station itself? I just want to keep an eye on this. We'll come back there. These guys are continuing over to here. Of course, this is our 3rd city that we'll be taking, right? So we're actually taking 3 cities very quickly. 1, and then Ulundi and Memphis. So it's not bad. Oh, should I upgrade these musketeers? I'm not in friendly territory, so I can't do it. But those redcoats are better just because they're able to move and shoot. It is a significant difference. You really had to be this way, didn't you? Can I? No, I need a full movement point to actually do that. Alright, hang tight. Plus we have more settlers coming from somewhere. I forget where, but I was so sure that I had set more settlers to come through. Alright, you guys, let's move you over to... Wow, let's get ready for war, right? Burundi, Memphis, and then whatever that is in South America. Let's get these guys all the way up to here. We can actually attack the same turn if we wanted to. Let's move in. We'll wait until that medium battle tank is closer. I really want to use tanks in our next war. I think it'd be quite nice. Sure, what to do with you, buddy? What to do with you? We could get the printing house over here, get some more science popping out of here. Might not be a bad idea to have some more food. Let's see. Let's pull somebody off of money. There. Just to help grow us a little bit faster and then get that 5th slot filled up as well. And then I can kind of work on the printing house without worrying about famine for maybe at least a little while. Manchester up over here. Why don't we go ahead and establish another... What? Let's see. Stability is dropping, actually. We can get a garrison going over here. Get a garrison all the way down here. Not a bad spot. We'd be able to recruit... I mean, do we really need another garrison? Do we even need to militarize North America? It feels relatively safe, right? Fortress America, just in a kind of a different sense, I suppose. Let's go ahead and get the printing house. Sure. Printing house, the university. Get a bit of a science focus over here. Research quarters, is there a good spot for research quarter? Oh, up over here. Oh, that's minus 13 to gold. I was like, oh, money and research? No, very much not. Alright, fine, let's do that. Let's do infrastructure. Stability is going to drop to 37%, but that's okay. It's above that bottom line. And then once these two are done, we'll take a look at maybe some commons quarters or something to keep stability up. Or, you know what, it's one turn, so fine. Why don't we go ahead and do that? This music, man. Goddamn banger, this one. I love it. Sure, let's get the commons quarter first. Just to help with stability, and then I don't have to think about it. How do you go down over here? What are we looking at here? Looking alright, looking alright, looking alright. We could get some more food, because we are... I mean, it'll be 113 turns before we have to worry about food, I guess. So there is that. How much time will a tank take? 16 turns? I mean, I guess we gotta start now, right? Otherwise, it'll never come out. What if we put 15 turns? That's, you know, that's a whole turn. That's not bad, actually. Alright, cool. That's this one done, though.
15 commons quarters, providing myriad intoxicating delights. People's opinion of their leaders will either be very good or very incoherent.
Alright, that one's priceless. I like that a lot. I like that one quite a bit. 14k, I mean, we'll still have roughly, we'll be at like 9k after spending the 14k on this tank. Maybe that's not such a bad idea. One turn until this is done, and then we can get the tank up. Yeah, dude, I think... Yeah, it's not... Is it the best use of money? Probably not. Is it the money... Is it the way we're going to spend our money? Yeah, it is. Let's do it.
First armoured unit. Noisy and prone to breakdowns, sadly. But when it works, it does wonders.
I can't help myself. We're going to war real soon. I want to make sure that I've got my equipment in place, right? 66 combat strength. Let's make sure it doesn't get outnumbered by a bunch of like Hunnic hordes or some nonsense like that and get wiped out, because that would be funny. Or the hussars, right? Considering we're going to war against the Mexicans next. Everybody else complete your movements. That includes these guys up over here. Get you on there. Now I do wonder, are we able to move as fast as our fastest, or only as slow as our slowest? It feels like as slow as our slowest. This has been recommended a couple times, and I've always felt like it slows you down, it doesn't speed you up. 14 turns to get over to there, so it says. If I send you on your own, which I can't check right now, if I send you on your own, it'll take us 6 turns. Yeah, you move as quickly as your slowest. That's what I thought. Which makes sense, It's not like everyone's on the actual ironclad, but that is a little unfortunate. At least this provides them some protection, not that we need it. I could bring the ironclad over... Nah, not really. It's not really going to help in any of these battles. What's this?
For our sanity, let's forget our bickering.
Wow.
If I do business with you,
Crisis defusal.
afterwards.
It's not going to happen. We're going to refuse it, but that's going to kick off our war, isn't it? So let's stay prepared for that. We're almost at full health. I could have waited a little bit longer in friendly territory, but hey, too late for that conversation, right? Too late for that conversation. Can I not? Yeah. It says I don't have enough war support for that. It's actually because of the crisis defusal proposal. All right, let's go ahead and get you resting over here. Get you resting over here. These guys are ready to dive in. Oh, it'll have to be next turn, won't it? That's a shame. That's a shame, but all right, fair enough. Pull you down to here. Get ready to move in when the time comes. Up over here, these guys are still making their way over. Next turn will arrive and start burning Gloss down. Good stuff, good stuff. What do we have over here? Oh, these are the other settlers we were getting. So London, what are you up to now? Still getting ready to struggle for food. I'm not going to spend 20 plus turns to try and counteract the food situation. Let's go ahead and get these farms down over here, and then we'll consider what comes next after. Go ahead and send these settlers up to Manchester as well. 19 turns it'll take. Be closer to done the game by that point in time. You guys are hanging tight, waiting until this war kicks off. You're waiting there. You're waiting until this war kicks off as well. Who else is left? That's it. Okay. We have our idle cities. Nineveh, let's go ahead and establish an ashram maybe somewhere over here. Helps with influence again. Not a bad thing to have. I mean, we're getting 300 plus despite being so far over our city cap, you know. We're not doing terribly for ourselves. What about the tank? 17 turns? Yeah, sure, let's do it. Let's do it. I don't think we need it, but it's just too cool to say no to. And Mohenjo-Daro, how much time will a tank take up over here? 21 turns. That's a bit too long. 20 crosses that line. Plus 1 industry per worker over here with the artisan workshop. Sure, why not? It'll only take 2 turns to get that. We can get the charcoal kiln as well. Maybe that'll allow us to get those tanks a little bit faster, right? Marginally faster, but it is something. And maybe we could establish some research quarters. There's a decent bit of science, I guess, to be gained up there. We could get some more market quarters or something instead. We'll see. We'll play it by ear. We'll play it by ear. 2 idle armies. We already know which ones they are. Let's go ahead and refuse this defusal. And war against the Zulu again. Zulu have sent you a crisis defusal proposal. Both empires withdraw their demands and normalize their diplomatic relations. Like, come on. I wasn't born yesterday. Refuse their treaty proposition.
I am angry, and this does little to appease me.
Oh?
So that
Okay, we're not, I mean, I could refuse their demands and then what? It'll just give them more war support if I refuse their demands. So why would I do that? I'm just going to declare war given our current state. But no, I'm going to wait until next turn because then I can get my tank a little bit closer to Ulundi over here. Could I actually... Oh, you know what? Mohenjo-Daro. You've got your train station up over here. We'd have to attach Porima and establish a train station up there, which would take 4 turns. And then Sipar would need a train station. How long will Sipar's train stations take to make 7 turns? Or a tremendous amount of money? Okay, no, forget about it. I was thinking we could bring the tank up a lot more quickly, but we're fine as we are. Alright, you hang tight, or you know what actually? You hang tight for sure. But these guys, rather than hang tight out over here, let's bring them up over here so they can actually get that last little bit of healing done. Might as well, right? Might as well. Pull them up. Let's go, let's go, let's go. And let's prepare for war. End our turn there. Aeronautics has been researched too. Oh, we can actually get the biplane coming through as well. I don't know how helpful it'll be in this war. I don't think we'll be able to get the biplanes out before this war is done, basically. The aerodrome needs to be built first, and only then can we get the biplanes coming. But we're getting there, folks. Next up is aerial warfare. That's when we actually get the airports and stuff, so still 5 turns before we can get that level of mobility happening. So I think we're not going to wait for that tech. I think we're going to declare this war right here and now. This tank will take how long to get up to Ulundi? Really? 3 turns? Are you for real? Really? It's better going this way? Oh, come on now. Really? 2 turns up to there. Yeah, I guess so. That's funny, I would not have expected that. I would have expected this to take 1 turn. And then, oh, okay, sure. I mean, hey, I can wait that long. I can wait that long. It'll also take 3 turns to get up to Avaris. Maybe I could send the tank up over here instead to take this entire city on its own. See how that plays out. And that way we can take Avaris, Ulundi, Memphis, and the city in South America in one fell swoop. That could be nice. That could be nice. What else have we got going on over here? So these guys are finished their raiding over here. so that's promising. Can I? Let me check here. Yeah, I can't. Just wanted to double check. So I can send these guys up against Ulundi or up against Memphis. Well, they can't take Memphis on their own, so probably up against Ulundi. Fair enough. You guys, I mean, sure, start making your way over. Again, not that it makes that much of well, it doesn't make any difference having these guys stacked together. I was wondering about that, but again, comments led me astray this time. That's okay. I understand the logic behind that sort of line of thinking. Well, these guys will probably be active later on. Go ahead and send you up over here to ransack. 6 turns it'll take. Want to make sure this is the administration. Yeah, of course it is. Go ahead and ransack. Oh, right, of course. Yeah, that's fine. Go for it. Whatever. What are you going to do? Fight me? I'm the most powerful nation the world has ever known. I'm not too concerned about them declaring war on me, even if they declare war all at the same time. And this will get rid of the Haudenosaunee from the Americas, giving us full control of North America, and eventually we'll get rid of the Zulu as well. Looks like the Mexicans... Oh, sorry. I said Haudenosaunee. The Mexicans now. Looks like they're expanding a little bit, though, taking some islands over here. Fair enough. Good for them. All right. Things are looking pretty good. I think it's time for a war against the Zulu. 98 war support is, you know, good enough, I would say. I don't think we have to worry about that last 2. Hopefully the cost of these will be significantly reduced enough that we'll actually be able to take all of this, but we won't get anything except for everything we've already made demands for, which is fine by me, actually, because that's probably more than we could have got without those demands. We'll see if we can snap anything else up, but folks, I'm really excited for this war. We're going to introduce the tanks for this one, and we're also going to maybe bring out some biplanes. But all that and more will have to wait until next time. Yeah, bit of a cliffhanger, I suppose, if you were excited to see these tanks in action, but you will see them in action next time as we dive into war against the Zulu. I think right off the bat, there's no reason to wait too long to do that, right? Oh man, we look real grumpy. Also, is this the first time that our character is facing the other direction when we go into diplomacy screens? I think so, right? Normally we're facing the other way. Oh man, I'm looking real grumpy, aren't I? Look at that. That'll make for a nice thumbnail screen. Do we have any friends anymore?
What do you want now?
Not really, eh?
What concerns you today?
Yeah, there we go. Yeah, we're facing the other direction. I guess it's a matter of how much we hate each other. Either way, folks, anyways, enough looking at our beautiful suit and our beautiful colors and everything. Let's go ahead and call it a session. I'm excited for the next one. I hope you are as well. As always, if you've been enjoying this series, if you would like to see it continue, please don't hesitate to keep letting me know by leaving a like and a comment down below. As always, it makes a massive difference. Just letting me know what I should keep doing on the channel, how I should go about it. Again, y'all know the drill by now, I'm sure. As always, as well, of course, a massive thanks goes out to all of the channel members and patrons who've been supporting the channel on a monthly basis. Y'all keep us alive and running smoothly. And of course, a big old thanks goes out to each and every one of you for watching. Till next time, cheers.